Coronation Street's Kevin Webster has been struck by a painful betrayal after Abby deceived him with a serious falsehood so she could push forward her secret romance with his brother. On Wednesday's episode of the soap, Kevin Webster faced a shocking act of dishonesty from his own wife. The long-standing character, portrayed by Michael Lavelle since 1983, is married to fellow garage worker Abby, completely unaware that she is secretly involved with his sibling Carl. Fans will recall that Abby attempted to hide her growing attraction to Carl for several months while Kevin was undergoing cancer treatment. However, once she realized that Kevin had misled her by keeping quiet about receiving the all-clear, she decided to fully commit to the affair. In the latest chapter of the iconic series, Abby escalated her secret relationship, causing even greater drama. Recently, Kevin has been busy organizing a family holiday abroad with Abby, his teenage son Jack, and her young son Alfie. Plans have also been mentioned for Kevin's daughter Sophie, who left the show back in 2019 to reunite with them once they arrive. Yet, making the situation even messier, Carl has also been spending time with Tracy Barlow, who quickly grew suspicious. When Carl joined Tracy for drinks at the Chariot Square Hotel, she picked up on the situation and remarked, "I knew it. Let me guess. She wears overalls and smells of motor oil. It's Abby, isn't it? She didn't like it one bit when I asked you out for drinks. She's attractive, but I suppose Kevin doesn't do it for her. His younger, good-looking brother, on the other hand." At the same time, Abby became restless at the idea of spending 2 full weeks apart from her secret partner and decided to set her own scheme in motion. Leaving Carl a voicemail, she confessed, "Carl, it's me. I'm here packing for this trip and I'm dreading it. I can't stand the thought of pretending with Kevin for a fortnight and not seeing you. I know this was our arrangement, but now that it's real, all I want is to be with you." Pretending that she had misplaced her passport, Abby convinced Kevin that she would travel out to join him and the children a few days later, explaining she had applied for a replacement through the fast-track service. Kevin, who was once married to Sally Webster, accepted her story as the only workable option. Yet he remained completely oblivious that Abby had a very different agenda. As soon as Kevin and the kids left for their break, she welcomed Carl straight into number 13, proudly revealing her perfectly safe passport and inviting him to stay for several days. Carl had earlier tried to mislead Tracy by claiming that the mysterious woman he was seeing was an old flame from Germany, his childhood home, who had since moved to Wales. When Abby teased, "I'm not too happy about this so-called German ex, even a fake one," Carl retorted, "Well, I'm not exactly thrilled about you still sleeping with Kevin." Abby responded, "For the next few days, I'll be with you. I'll live here with you and we can do as we please. And if you're still questioning how committed I am, let me prove it." The pair then locked in a heated kiss as Abby began tugging at Carl's shirt. But viewers know that although Carl believes he has fooled Tracy, she remains highly suspicious of what's really going on. During an interview on This Morning, actress Sally was quizzed about what lies ahead in the storyline. Although she kept most details under wraps, she did tease that one long-standing resident will soon step into the drama. She hinted to presenters Andy Peters and Emma Willis with just 2 words: Tracy Barlow. Exactly how Tracy will respond once she learns more about the affair is still unclear. But considering her history of clashing with other Weatherfield locals, it seems inevitable that sparks will fly between her and Abby. Sally went on to admit that, away from the cameras, her alter ego's actions have made her a target of criticism from the public, who dislike seeing her betray Kevin. She explained, "You don't mess with Kevin Webster. I've actually been hit with a handbag in the street. People are not happy with me at all. And Mike Lavelle, he's an absolute legend, a total dream to work with. I'm firmly Team Kev." Coronation Street audience convinced Costello tied to Becky's death following revelation. On Wednesday night's Coronation Street, fresh clues were dropped about the secrets surrounding D.I. Costello, as Kit Green pushed him for the truth about what he was hiding. The latest episode strongly hinted that Costello's secret could tie back to the late police officer Becky Swain, Lisa Swain's wife, who tragically died years ago, long before Lisa arrived on the cobbles. Questions have recently resurfaced over Becky's past, with speculation she may have been involved in corruption. Lisa has also voiced fears that Becky's death wasn't straightforward after she was killed in a crash caused by the Radcliffe brothers. Logan Radcliffe has dropped cryptic remarks about Becky and hinted at more to the story, even mentioning a mysterious woman named Tia Wardley. Soon after, Logan appeared to be attacked, seemingly to keep him quiet. At the same time, D.I. Costello has been behaving oddly around certain police files connected to one of Becky's old cases. Both Lisa and Kit have separately tried to gain access to those records. But Costello has gone out of his way to block them, even sidelining Kit to desk work, claiming it was because of a complaint made against him. Kit, however, appeared unconvinced and quickly suggested that Costello was hiding something. Costello acted as though he was doing Kit a favor, telling him, "Trust me, this is what's best for us. Stick to the story and we'll get through it." When Lisa later questioned Kit about the situation, puzzled as it had been blamed on his recent injuries, he refused to give her answers and instead brushed her off. Later, Kit made his stance clear, telling Lisa he didn't believe Costello and warning that he was up to no good. Kit admitted none of it made sense, from the cover story to the bogus desk duty excuse, while Lisa suggested that things could have turned out much worse given the accusations against him. The conversation later shifted back to Becky's files, with Lisa questioning Costello on why he was so desperate to access them. He refused to give her an explanation, instead accusing her of being fixated on the documents. As the episode progressed, Costello pulled Kit aside for a private chat. Kit admitted he was uneasy after digging into him, while Costello insisted he was only trying to stop him from losing his way in the police force. He praised Kit as a good officer and claimed the punishment was meant for his own good. When Kit asked why Costello didn't just push him out completely, the detective warned him that if he kept going down his current path, he'd be finished. But Kit seemed to have leverage of his own, as he cheekily hinted he knew something damaging about Costello. Losing his cool, Costello barked at him to watch his tone, insisting, "I'm a man of integrity. I've got nothing to hide." Kit, smirking, shot back, "That's not entirely true, though, is it?" As Kit stood to leave, Costello gave him a firm warning. "Tread carefully, D.C. Green." It became clear that Kit was holding something over him, but exactly what remains unknown. Fans are convinced the repeated mentions of Becky and her case files suggest Costello knew exactly what she had uncovered and may even have had a hand in her death. On X, formerly Twitter, one viewer wrote, "The closer we get to the park scene, the more convinced I am it's about Costello's role in Becky's death." Another posted, "Why do I feel like Kit is about to uncover way more about Costello and Becky?" A third fan added, "I think Corey is building up to reveal that Costello was involved in Becky's death. Kit won't let it drop. He'll dig deeper, tell Lisa, and that'll trigger the park storyline. Becky's name will be cleared, and Lisa can finally move forward." Someone else speculated, "My theory is Costello's the corrupt one. Becky figured it out, so he framed her for corruption and had her taken out." Coronation Street continues Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also streaming on ITVX and YouTube.